Let me clear my throat. Hey guys, yo, it's day two. Day two of the new fucking year already. Day two. Ain't that some shit? I figured, I'm putting out inspirational shit, motivational shit, which is cool. But it's more. It's not about that. It's more about changing your lifestyle. So if you see some of my hashtags on my IG, in the background of my tags for YouTube, I put lifestyle blog because it is about that. It's about changing your lifestyle, like being positive all the time, making that choice, and and choosing to do certain things for yourself. Whether it's moving ahead in your career, to maybe you become an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying, or you know you may be taking up a hobby that you've been dying to take up. It doesn't matter, but it's about that lifestyle that you're choosing and the change you're putting in forward with. It's time. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, it's day two of the new year, but when is it going to be your day one? Your day one probably wasn't yesterday on the first day of the year. Your day one maybe today of day two of the year. Or maybe it's 6 months into the year is your day one. Of course, the sooner you start, the better it is. The sooner the better, of course. But at the same time, is it the right time for you currently? Do you have enough time? Can you carve out enough time? Do you have to learn some other shit before you can get started? These are all questions you got to ask yourself. I cannot help you with that. Nobody can. The days of not knowing or saying you don't know, I can't swallow that answer no more. Because, you got your phone and you can Google any fucking thing. You just gotta Google how the fuck to get started. And guess what? Some shit's gonna pop up. In any genre that you're trying to get into. But what do you do next? Oh, today's my start day. I got a phrase I developed. Okay? Don't be a 3/4 sleeve. What do I mean by that? Don't be a 3/4 sleeve. Well, it's not a short sleeve. It's definitely not a long sleeve. It's a 3/4 sleeve. It looks like it wants to be finished, but it's like somebody gave the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna ask everybody that shit all the time. That's gonna be my phrase for the entire year. Like, are you a 3/4 sleeve? Did you start something but didn't finish? Cause that's the movement. That's the game right there, right? Like, you starting, but not finishing. Now I got pep talk coming out, and I'm writing every day. I'm posting shit every day. I'm moving on to different social media outlets, trying to make my presence known there every day. But that's for what I'm trying to do. Your movement may look a little different. Your movement, it might not include social media, which I think it should, because that's the future anyway. It should involve some type of social media. Because at the end of the day, even though you're working for somebody else, you still want to blast out your fucking skills. Especially on LinkedIn and shit like that, man. Like, if you don't have a fucking LinkedIn, you're missing the fucking ball game. Like, you just didn't show the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, degrees, everybody got them. You just having a bachelor's isn't enough. Like, what else do you bring to the table? Oh, you got an MBA? I remember, like, fucking 10 years ago. I'm lying, 15 years ago. You said you had an MBA. That was like, yo, this motherfucker's gonna make bank right off the rip. Now, MBA's like, okay, what else do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it's going now because the shit's getting diluted. It's about more skills. Like, what do you have? Because they know that they're not teaching you about SEO shit unless you take up SEO shit. Now you gotta become a subject matter expert. That's the shit that they don't tell you about. They don't cultivate creativity in school. They're maximizing your attendance because you have to pay when you go. So are you a 3/4 sleeve? Call yourself out. Like, yo, I'm a 3/4 sleeve. By the way, that phrase is trademarked. But yo, it's like, am I a 3/4 sleeve? That's right. Think about that shit. Quick to start, but never finish. Yo, I'll be honest, I was a 3/4 sleeve for mad fucking years. I think we all are in some degree. In some fucking degree, we all have started some shit and not finished it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a fucking plate of food, whether it is you put on one sock but you had to turn the water off from the tub, you forgot that shit was on. Like, you forgot a toenail you were clipping, so you got distracted. And you didn't notice until you put your shoes on and your toenail was hitting the front of your fucking shoe. You probably saying, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. 3/4 sleeve shit. Unfinished business. That you got X amount of ways. You got the length on it. And then something that's happened to your life. They don't want to stop. I think, and that's where doubt and not being confident about your work. You know, the good and bad thing about friends and family is that they can either give you honest feedback, right? They can, if you really have that type of friend or family. Or they can really not understand what the fuck you're doing because you're working on a different level, scheme of shit. Right? And your audience isn't liking your shit. You know why? Because that's not your fucking audience. You're looking and speaking to the wrong fucking people. Like, you truly need to find your audience. And there's 7 billion, with a B, billion people out there on this planet. You're gonna find someone to like your shit. More than just one. You got to go try, man. Like, that whole not having confidence shit is mad frail looking. Like, it's not attractive. You know what I'm saying? And not in the sense of, like, you know, when you meet someone attractive, but it's not a trait that you don't want to have. You want to have that trait of confidence and understand how it exudes from you. And it's infectious as well. Because people will see that. And they will talk about your confidence more than anything else. You being steadfast and just your focus and demeanor. What they also would talk about is this motherfucker always has an idea. He always starts some shit, but I guarantee you, he ain't gonna finish that shit. I'll give it to March, and he'll be done. He'll be talking about some other shit, or she'll be hammering at some other fucking great idea, and then they're right. It's time for change. It's time to put that 3/4 sleeve away. I refuse to wear a 3/4 sleeve. Just because it's undone. Do I think it's cool? It's kind of cool, but I would never wear a 3/4 sleeve. You heard it here first. I wear a short sleeve or a long sleeve. A 3/4 sleeve, I'm good. You have to understand the dynamic of having that positive energy, that confidence about what you're doing, and believing that you're good at what you do. Everyone is going to question their skill, absolutely, as you should. At some point in your life, you have to understand: am I any good? And then you really have to give yourself a true answer to that shit. And then you have to put some more work in, and practice and become that subject matter expert that I talked about, and then becoming a fucking master. Because that's the next fucking level after that. But man, you gotta figure it out. You know, you gotta start asking the right fucking questions. Yeah, because sometimes, or a lot of times, we tend to ask the wrong fucking questions. You have to know that you're good. You have to know that what you got in talent, work ethic, those attributes have to be strong, and you have to know that you have that. Until you figure that shit out, I got nothing for you. It's a lifestyle change, like I said earlier. Like, it's complete 180. That's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm 40 fucking years old. I'm about to be 40 years old on the 13th of this year. 13th day of this year. And the 13th day of this month, I will be turning 40 years old. And it's just now that I'm realizing how good I am at shit. Like, I've always knew I was good. People would tell me, yo, you badass, okay? Can you mentor me? Can we look at this? Like, yeah, no doubt, let's do it. And then it didn't hit me as far as what I can do with it. Didn't realize my talent. People, you know, I love to write. I've always doubted my writing. I would start some shit. I was a fucking 3/4 sleeve in some shit. And not until recently, very recently, that I put in my head, yo, you know, what do you want to do? How do you want to make your fucking income? How do you want to build your legacy? Because honestly, like, it was not as, I'm not worried about the money. I gotta tell you, I'm working. I was working full time, and I was always worried about my check. I always worried about the money aspect of it, but I never worried about the skills I employed, the people I was mentoring. That's what really got me itching, and I wanted more of it. It was like a drug. It still is to this day. That's why I'm doing these fucking podcasts. You know, I love just talking to people, just discovering who are they, like, you know, what are their struggles, like, let's talk about that, right? Let's be honest. And then I had to really look at myself in the mirror, and I've done that before. I've taken inventory, but the problem is when you take inventory of yourself, you gotta be brutally. I'm talking about brutally fucking honest, and you gotta take everything in. You just can't take in and audit what the fuck that you want to. Or you have to audit the whole gambit of shit, your whole collective life, how you're living it, executing it, sharing it. What are you doing collectively, all together? Audit that shit. So you can get a true blue fucking answer. And what the answer is, only you will know, because it's your fucking shit. Yo, the hard decisions are gonna have to be made here, people. Let's not get this shit fucking twisted. Life is not fucking easy. If it was, nobody would be fucking struggling. Let's get that shit straight. But at the same time, too, if people weren't struggling or hard-pressed or insecure, no confidence, I wouldn't be doing the fuck I'm doing right now. You would not be fucking listening to me right now. You would not be engaging with me following me because these attributes you already would have. But you don't, you're missing some shit. Let's discover what the fuck that is. Let's invest in ourselves. Because that's the problem, right? Mad people out there. This is what the problem is. They start some shit. And right away, they're thinking about monetary. They're thinking about their money. Why? And then your friend, neighbor, who the fuck ever else, that stupid fucking uncle is going to come to you and say, yo, why you keep on writing music and putting it out? And you haven't made $1 for it yet. Why you keep on performing at these local clubs and you haven't made fucking no money for it? I think you should stop that shit. That tells me you're not good. Fuck that motherfucker. What are you doing? You not making no money is not the issue here. It's you not playing enough to your strengths. You having that fucking doubt about how good you are at what the fuck you can do. You gotta make that fucking lifestyle change. Don't let no one force you into a 3/4 sleeve. Come on now. Let's not get that shit fucking twisted. You have to wake the fuck up. You have to move and go forward and try some shit out. And guess what? You're gonna fail. Oh my God, big fucking deal. Now you know what your next move should look like. You're a perfectionist. Great. You're gonna fucking be in front of you. You're gonna be tripping yourself. Because nothing is ever gonna be good to you. Anything. Like, are you really, truly understanding what I'm talking about here? I don't think you are. Yo, man, it's day fucking 2, man. Day 2. It's time to get started. It's time to get midway through. It's time to finish it. Have your fucking goal. See, but no one talks about the steps. That's going to be the next podcast coming up. Talking about steps and how do you achieve your goal. But for us today, don't become a 3/4 sleeve. All right, people. I'm out.